Hello Matt, it's Thursday, October 22nd. Remember this guy? Yeah, it's all starting to come full circle. So yeah, I was going to record that vlog on my walk up to college this morning, but I decided not because I was too tired because I was walking up at about 8:20, which is extremely early for me right now. So yeah, pretty much we are nearly, well, it's getting to that time of year that's getting colder noticeably. I mean, I'm freaking cold now. So yeah, my Thursday vlog. I've improved just a couple of footnotes to get out of the way before I get onto my movie review. Because obviously it's my Thursday vlog and I've got tomorrow's vlog as well, which I don't know what it's going to be about. But either way, yeah, you probably see the lighting setup is a ton better. Like, you might be able to actually see me now. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't need to edit in post, which is what I'm going to call it now. If you don't know what post is, it's editing. Yeah, term I'm using. Yeah, but, pretty line setup. And yeah, what if I include a backlight in it? That might work as well, because I technically have a fill light right now. I think that's what it's called, a fill light or a key light. I know I have one down here that I was trying to experiment with, which might act as a backlight, so bear with me for just 2 seconds while I set this up. Now how does it look? Can you see the background any better? I hope you can. Actually, I'm going to point that light down a little bit more. Wait, it's hooked to the underside of my desk. I put it right in front of the camera now. I should be looking swell. I don't think I need to edit in post, which I think takes a bit longer to render the video. So here we are, backlight there, key light here, and if I had the key light there, it'd be a fill light. So yeah, I'm pretty much putting what I've learned into practice, because I don't think I've been doing enough of that in my vlogs. So either way, yeah, yeah. So I don't really know anything else to talk about, really. Yeah, let's just get on to the movie review. So, as you know, yesterday was the day that Back to the Future 2 would have taken place if it was real. And I saw Back to the Future 1 last night, and I thought something was up. I remember saying Back to the Future would be what I would review one a week. Like Back to the Futures 1 and 2, not 3 because I've never seen 3, but I know I'd review Back to the Future 1 and 2 2 weeks in a row around this time of year. But trust me, 100%, I'm freaking reviewing Back to the Future 1 the day after Back to the Future 2 took place. That's a coincidence, and it's true. Go back to the movie review reference vlog and you'll know exactly that I'm true. So I get to review Back to the Future 1. So yeah, I have to review Back to the Future 1 only a day after watching it. So, yeah, let's go. This will be one of the first vlogs in ages that I've watched before I review. So, yeah, Back to the Future 1 is a Robert Zemeckis film, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd as Marty McFly, and Emmett Brown. Yeah, Marty McFly's a teenager who just has a really bad life, really bad family, and yeah, it all stems because they had really bad luck while growing up, and then Marty gets who's already friends with a scientist, a crazy scientist played by Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown, and then he makes a time machine out of a DeLorean. Then Marty travels back in time with it, and yeah, he really just wants to get back. Simple story, but there's so much more to it. Like, I could run down a list here. Just the major one is he actually stops his mum and dad from meeting, which means he won't exist in the future. So he's fading from existence technically, and he needs to get them together. So it's a really simple story, but they add in so much more to make it, you know, the 2-hour run length. But yeah, it's a really complex story, but it's not too hard to follow. The characters are really strong. Like, Michael J. Fox plays Marty McFly perfectly. Like, I don't think anyone else could have done a better job than him. Same with Christopher Lloyd and the other actors as well. They fit so well in the 80s and 50s style of acting. They just work so well off each other. Marty and Doc Brown have great chemistry, same with Marty and his young dad, and then the kind of villain Biff is a threat, but it's a comedy. This movie, it's a comedy sci-fi adventure. But I think adventure comes first, then sci-fi, then comedy. But the comedy, when it's there, is also funny. And Biff is more of a comedic villain than a serious villain. And yeah, he gets to come up at the end of the movie. They didn't have much need for a villain, and technically Biff isn't the villain. Like, it's just the main challenge is Mario trying to get back to 1985. It's just a really fun concept, great characters. The music also brilliant. They have a good range of proper songs and sound and instrumental soundtrack by Alan Silvestri. Great music. Just the overall story is great. I would usually be going into my thoughts about complaints about the movie, like I have to have done pretty much for the last 40 something weeks. But this is one of those movies, Back to the Future 1, one of those movies, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's all done well. I can't think of anything bad about it. I saw it again last night and it's so genius. The way they talk about the past in 1955, in 1985, and how you see it shown. There's no fault in the timeline. There's no plot holes in the time travel, which is what's happened for every other time travel movie in the past, but not this one. It's amazing. The only nitpick I kind of have is it's a bit of a coincidence how everything to do with parents and time travel and everything mentioned happened in the same week. But if that's what big complain about the movie, well, it gets us to see more. Like, who would you really want to watch an hour in the life of Marty McFly trying to survive in 1955? It's all done well. It's one of the movies I just don't have any complaints about. And if I don't have any complaints, I just suppose it's an instant 10 out of 10. Like, I mean, with stories like this, like with Monsters Inc. and Finding Nemo, like I said, the pacing is a little bit off. This movie, though, I was watching it last night and I thought we were only, like, it only felt like an hour long. Like, but obviously it's 2 hours. Like, I wanted it to go on for longer. Like, I love the chemistry between the characters, love the story, love the music. Just nothing to complain about. Also got fun commentary about what was around at the time. Just incredible. I hope you've seen it, Matt, because if you haven't, just go watch it. I'm not recommended a movie in a little while, but watch Back to the Future 1, please. Yeah, but it was a complete coincidence that I was actually reviewing Back to the Future to begin with. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my vlog today. I better turn off that light before it gets too warm. So Matt, I will see you tomorrow.